It's Saturday, September 17th, 2022. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report. Hey VC, TC Kirkham here, the Kirkham Report. Welcome to this week's show. First and foremost, I want to apologize for missing all my shows this week. I was down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty much all the early part of the week with a bad sinus infection. It's finally started to clear up. Feeling a little bit better than I did. Managed to get through work every day this week, which was no fun. But, next week I have off to do doctor's appointments and such. So I'll actually get some stuff done. And I got some other stuff I want to bring up later in the show that we'll talk about there. But in any case, I hope you're ready for a few different things. And it's going to kick off right here with this week's cover story. So, if you haven't heard already, the Record Store Day Black Friday shopping list was released earlier this week. A couple people got the jump on a few of the titles a day or two in advance. And it's an interesting mix of different things. Of course, Black Friday is never as big as Record Store Day proper in April. But this year, there's quite a few interesting titles. But what alarms me more than anything is the price of some of them. There have been massive price increases on a number of different titles, and while about 80% of them are priced normally, some of them are just not priced very well for the market. Two of them are not titles I'm personally interested in, but I can understand how people may not want to spend the money on them. Billie Eilish's release for Record Store Day, which I think it's the first time it's been out on vinyl, 2 LPs retailing at $49.97 according to bullmoose.com. I mean, for 2 LPs, that's $25 an album, which is about average, but it still seems awfully expensive when you combine in Record Store Day, which is supposed to be a little bit of an extra treat. It just seems a little bit high price. And $54.99 for the 2 album set from the live album from Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett also seems a bit pricey. Some of them are not the greatest of value either. The Jessie's Girl single, which is on my list, the 12-inch single from Rick Springfield, has 7 different mixes of the song, but it priced at $19.99. It's a little bit better than the $25.99 being asked by Real Gone Music for the Harry Chapin Hits collection. Considering Chapin only had 7 hits, and granted 2 of them are over 5 minutes long, but still 7 songs for $25.99 is a bit expensive. That's damn near $5 $5 a track. I think that's a little overpriced as well. But the prices are an important factor. As long as the record labels realize that people will pay more and more and more for these, they're going to continue to jack prices up. It has nothing to do with inflation. It just has to do with the greed of the record industry. Most of the titles on my list are reasonably priced, and the 2 or 3 box sets that are out there are reasonably priced for what you're getting for them also. On my personal list this time, the Brian Wilson soundtrack, it retails at $25. That's not too bad. Avco's Soul Covers, this is a little expensive. 10 tracks, $32.99. Not sure about that one. I've always loved the Avco label. They had some great R&B in the late 60s and early 70s. These are not familiar songs, but they are the familiar acts you're used to on that label, recording covers of other songs that were popular at the time, and it does sound like it's going to be a great collection, but I'm not sure 10 tracks for $32 and that's just Bull Moose's price. They could vary at different places. Um, I don't know. Supreme's album coming out, reissue, $25.99. Not a bad price for that. The Christmas number from Dee Snider and Lizzie Hale, at $16.97. Of course, it's only a 2-song set, but it's going to be one of those that you won't get very much chance to get. The Rick Springfield Jesse's Girl 12-inch single 40th anniversary. Is that what it is? Good stuff on there. Good mixes, different mixes, some live mixes. I'm interested in that, definitely. 1997 at Bull Moose. The Rubinoos' second album, Back to the Drawing Board, we got their first album back on Record Store Day in April, I believe. Back to the Drawing Board was the first album I ever got by the Rubinoos. I have the OG, so I'm not sure. I'm not going to be terribly disappointed if I miss the reissue. It is on 180-gram vinyl, but it's still the exact same album. $24.99, not bad price. That's about average. I don't get the exorbitant price for the Mr. Big debut album. Their second album, Lean Into It, came out last time, and I think it was priced at $27 or $28. They're asking $37.98 for the debut album from Mr. Big. It's just one disc. It does have, it is numbered, and it does have numbered on the sleeve as well as the cover. It does have a custom sleeve and blue vinyl. But $38 for an album that has no hits on it, I'm a little bit disturbed by that. The Harry Chapin, as I said, $25.99. It does include his best-known songs, which are Taxi, WOLD, Cats in the Cradle, and Sequel, plus 3 other chart hits he had. Harry Chapin, artist taken from us way too soon. Always loved his style of story songs, so I'm definitely interested in that. The Watchmen soundtrack is also a bit pricey. 3 albums, $50, $49.97, but it's a little bit less pricey than some of the others. At least you're getting a third album with this, where you only got 2 with the Billie Eilish and the Lady Gaga. So I may go in for that. It contains the music and the movie plus the score from Tyler Bates, I believe, is who wrote the score. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Beth can correct me. She'll know. And that's not a bad one. And Eric Burdon and War, the complete albums box set, 4 albums, $79.99. That works out to about $20 per album. Definitely interested in that to go with my other War box set, because after all, it's pretty much the same band. It's just without Eric Burdon. And I've liked their music as well. The Fleetwood Mac box set I would be interested in if it wasn't so expensive, but it is actually worth what it's about running. It's a complete set of the 8 alternative albums that they've released here and there over Record Store Day the past few years. I bought the Rumors alternates takes a couple years ago. I wouldn't mind having it, but it is running a steep $178.99, so it's about $25, $20 to $25 a disc, but there are 8 discs included with the set, so that's a little bit of a better bargain than some of the other stuff would be. You can also get it on CD for $62.99, I think it is, so if I do get it, I'll probably go that way. In any case, there's all kinds of other titles out there. And these are the ones I'm most interested in, being the pop fan that I am. There's some jazz, there's some new age, there's some soundtracks. There's a little bit for everybody. I'd love to know what you're planning to pick up for Record Store Day Black Friday. So drop me a line at the address below or leave a comment on the show and let us know what you're thinking and what you think of the price as well, because it's a little bit crazy. But in any case, it's going to be a fun Record Store Day Black Friday, and hopefully the record labels will not continue to price themselves right out of a Record Store Day holiday. And that is this week's cover story. couple weeks ago on Question of the Week, I asked about your use of Bandcamp and what you found there. Now, it's really strange because I know quite a few people in the vinyl community who have told me they have found all kinds of things on Bandcamp. I love Bandcamp. And yet, I only heard from one person on this. I'm very disappointed. I didn't hear from more of you. Jimmy Barnes said this. Bandcamp has become an invaluable resource to me over the past few years for small indie artists and boutique/DIY record labels. I managed to get much of Denver Witch House artist Picture Plane's back catalog on Bandcamp, and he's now possibly my favorite solo artist. Similar story for Italian cold wave synth pop artist MRM with exclamation points. I don't know who that is, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I think you'd love his work, TC. I will check it out. I always look for artists and labels who have physical releases, preferably on vinyl or mini disc, which is a format that never took off here in the States. But I have bought CDs on BC2, namely cut up artists, people like us who I've been a fan of for over 20 years now, and another Italian musician, Federico Romanzi, who plays lento violento, essentially hard dance music. It's thanks to Bandcamp that I've managed to build up an ever-growing synthwave collection on vinyl, minidisc, and cassette, thanks to small British labels such as Time Slave Recordings, New Retro Wave, and Aztec Records. Some of the artists I've listened to from those rosters are incredible, to name a few. Time Cop 1983, Xenon, Xenon, I think that's how you pronounce that, Bunny X, Future Cop, exclamation point, and Ultra Boss. I could go on and on. Basically, I don't think I'd enjoy collecting music and discovering previously unknown to me artists anywhere near as much as I do without Bandcamp. I love the platform, and anyone who has so much as a casual interest in music should be using the site as often as they can, even if it's just to stream some new and exciting stuff. Jimmy, thanks for replying. And I could not agree with you more. In just the last year or so, I have ordered a number of things off Bandcamp. Sometimes stuff I've heard of through the vinyl community. Others I've heard of through my other interests in either the movies and music or wrestling communities. And I've enjoyed all of it. It's all terrific music. I'd still like to hear from everybody about Bandcamp. And if you have not commented yet, please do. This week's question, let's go back to what I was talking about in the in this week's cover story. Record Store Day, Black Friday. What do you think is an appropriate price level for Black Friday or for Record Store Day titles, and what is realistic and what isn't? Sometimes they have realistic ideas, sometimes they don't. And I'm interested in how you think about pricing when it comes to Record Store Day. Leave me a comment or drop me a line in the show notes, and that is this week's Question of the Week.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You want to stop by later, maybe? I'm going to fix something to eat. You want to grab something from the street, bring it out? But, yeah, I'm just...
This week's shout-outs go to a couple of people, one of whom I've been following for almost the entire time I've been with the VC. The other, who I just discovered earlier today, thanks to a comment email he sent me. The first one is Balding Boomer. He's got about 420 subscribers, so he's a little bit lower than me after my contest. But if you haven't watched Balding Boomer's stuff, you're missing out on a lot of cool stuff. Not only is his collection really eclectic, but I love the fact that he's a radio-oriented guy who talks frequently about Boss Radio, which was the format for Top 40 in the 1960s through the early 1970s. He shows some great stuff over there, so if you're into Top 40, he's definitely a person. But he also has amazingly eclectic taste. He does year by year stuff. He'll do favorite albums or favorite 45s. He's a big Beatles fan, a big Beach Boys fan. He has got everything going for him. And if you haven't checked him out, I urge you to do so because he's just a lot of fun and I enjoy him. And I thank him again for joining the contest. And I had some correspondence with him during that, and it was fun. And I hope we can keep in touch because I really enjoy all of the stuff he does, and he seems to enjoy what I do. So, Balding Boomer, thank you for great, great videos, and I hope somebody will come over and check you out as well. I say the same thing about the other gentleman who I just discovered. He emailed me this morning via comments and said that he had just discovered my contest, and even though it was going to be after the contest closed, which was several weeks ago, he was going to do a video that would be an entry into the 10 most obscure things that I currently have in my collection. His channel is called Feel the Music, and I urge you to go check it out. I'm having trouble finding it right now. Let me go see if I can grab that note I got from him earlier so I can pull it up here. But he is, I get the feeling he's based in the Midwest somewhere, and I really enjoyed his entry into the contest, even though it is late. So I've added it to the playlist for the contest, so it should be at the very bottom. And I can tell just from what he showed that we're going to have very similar tastes in music and the way that he listens to things. It should be a great deal of fun getting to know him, and I think that his tastes are going to be somewhat similar to mine. I'm not sure yet, but we'll find out. In any case, I will have the full link up to his site in the show notes. I urge you to go check out his entry, which you can find at the end of the Obscuria contest playlist, and go over and check his site out as well. He's brand new to the VC. I think he's got a little over 100 subscribers. I don't remember for sure, but definitely somebody you need to check out. Feel the Music. And those are this week's shoutouts. Welcoming a new weekly segment to the Kirkham Report this week, our Record Store Rewind Vinyl Champions. These are record stores that are still around and are still selling vinyl CDs, cassettes, and who knows what else to the members of the vinyl community. And I'm going to start off with the first tribute to the person who gave me that name and who has become a very good friend over the past 2 years. His name is Adam Kirk, and he is the proprietor of Record Krate in Raleigh, North Carolina, with stores also in Wake Forest and Selma, North Carolina. Adam was one of the first channels I found when I joined the vinyl community in the summer of 2020. And over the last 2 years, he's become a reliable source of vinyl. I had not had this much vinyl without him. He's responsible for 80% of the stuff I bought over the last 2 years. He's also just a great person, a friendly, funny, kind individual, and he knows his music backward and forward. He has loyal clientele in North Carolina, and he does do mail order. He has regular sales online, which you can check on his YouTube channel. He's also experimenting with a couple of the other sale channels out there. I'm not sure which ones. I missed so many of his sales this summer because I've had so much going on. I just haven't been able to get over there. But I always enjoy talking to him, and he's always somebody fun to deal with. I'm a sucker for Nico, his in-store cat there at the Raleigh location. And I enjoy the camaraderie I built up with many of the regulars at the sales. And Adam, he does have a unique perspective on the business because he was a college DJ back then. He is a musician. He was in bands. He teaches guitar. He does all kinds of cool stuff that I can't even dream of doing. Um, Record Krate can be found at recordkrate.com. That's with a K. And you can go over and check his website out. You can order stuff nationwide from his website. You can come to the live sales. He will ship it anywhere for a certain fee depending on what you buy and how much you get. And you just have a great time when you're there because he's just such a goofy, fun person to be there. Adam, thank you for the service you provide to the vinyl community. Thank you for being such a loyal friend. And also, thank you for all the music you've given me, well, in exchange for money, over the last couple of years, because without it, like, I would have never regained the passion I had for actual vinyl in addition to music. Record Krate in Raleigh, Selma, and Wake Forest, North Carolina, one of our today's true Record Store Rewind vinyl champions. For those of you who watch the Pop Retro Countdown on Sundays, going to be a few changes to it in the next few weeks. And the reason I'm doing that is to give everybody a bigger variety. Now, as I said, it is supposed to be, a weekly recap of the Kirkham Report charts, depending on what week I pull. But I have so few weeks in the 90s and I have none in the 70s. I can't find my charts from 78 or 79 anywhere. I have the number ones listed, but I don't have any of the charts. I thought it would be fun to go back and pull local top 40 radio stations playlists and include those in the mix. There are a few great sites online that I know of where I can go grab some of those, and I'm going to do that. We're going to do our first one this week. I haven't decided what station yet, but we're going to be able to expand the amount of stuff we're doing. So each week's Retro Pop Countdown will no longer just be the Kirkham Report. I'll be there every other week probably, but every other week or every third week you'll be seeing music from radio stations that are top 40 format or were top 40 format at the time from all over the country. I'm going to go try and grab some from the stations I used to listen to when I was a kid. I'm going to go try and grab some from areas I know that might have people watching the Retro Countdown who listen to those stations. And it'll give us a bigger and better variety and mix of music. I know there's one station in Hawaii that plays a whole ton of weird stuff that I placed on my chart, but I would have never seen on the national chart in the early 1980s. I mean, Scott Baio actually hit number 1 on that station. What were you thinking? In any case, I'll be pulling some of those, and we'll be giving credits at the opening credits. And I hope that you'll enjoy seeing that variety as part of the Retro Pop Countdown. Just one other thing I'm doing to help make your music-loving listening here at TKR more enjoyable. Quick reminder that we have a new episode of Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn coming up this Monday, 6 p.m. live Eastern Time, and it will be happening over on the Two Hip Chicks channel. Dawn and Mary are actually away this weekend on a trip with Dawn's mother doing some research of some sort. I think it's for genealogy or something, I think Mary said. But they will be back in time, and we will be back Monday night on the Two Hip Chicks channel with more music talk. We urge you to come in. You can go over and see our final shows, all the shows in the playlist on here, and she also has a playlist over, Dawn does. And we always have a lot of fun discussing music with you who come in to the live show, and we're always looking for topics. So if you have something you'd like to know about when it comes to collecting, when it comes to records in general, or music in general, please let us know and come over and join the fun. Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, live. That's 3 p.m. Pacific. And it will be on Two Hip Chicks this week, Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn. You know, that's going to wrap up the show this week. I can't remember the last time I didn't have at least one item for out of the box. I don't have anything. I didn't get anything this week. I have some stuff coming next week though, and I have some stuff in order that'll be coming over the next few weeks, which is good because in any case, over the next week, this office is going to get done because I need it done. I've got things to do. I am off work next week, and although I do have a splattering of doctor's appointments, I'm going to try and get my studio done the way I want it. Still looking for replies on the Buttons show. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. We've got a few, but I'm still looking to get more, and I'll have a link in the show notes because the Buttons, I'm just trying to find out who belongs to all these buttons I have from Dawn and Mary. They're cool, and I want to know what bands they came from or whatever. And I did get a few answers, but I definitely want more, so come over and check it. Don't forget to go check Record Store Rewind at recordstorerewind.com. This site cannot work without your help. Remember, right now, all I'm asking you to do, I haven't heard from anybody yet. I don't understand that because we have tons of people watching the show. I haven't heard from anybody yet. It's not hard to do. Go find phone books, your own phone books, library phone books, whatever you can. Copy the pages for record stores, drug stores, variety show stores, electronic stores, department stores, and send it to me. That's the best research we could possibly have. I'd also like to get your stories on your local record stores, past, present, and future. You can send those in via the super easy Record Store Rewind submission form. It's available in the top menu at our website, recordstorerewind.com, a proud part of the Kirkham Report. We want to make a historical record of all the record stores the VC remembers, and we cannot do it without your participation. So get out there and work at it. Don't forget to check out the rest of the week's shows. This week I should be back on track with Influencers on Tuesday, Rank This on Thursday, this show next Saturday, and the Retro Pop Countdown on Sunday, plus a couple of other things I've got going that I'm going to try out this week. A number of other things coming up in the near future, too, and hopefully we'll have some special holiday stuff coming up toward the end of the year. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope that people will continue to watch this show. Can't thank you enough for all of you who came aboard during the contest. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you have, thank you. I appreciate it. And please spread the word to your friends. Getting 3 or 4 new subs every week, getting closer and closer to that 500 mark where I can grab the community tab and post stuff right on YouTube so you can see it easily. We will be doing some other stuff. I will be posting in October a couple of things that my wife and I put together for Subject Cinemas listeners originally. I mean, I think they're already available in our playlists, but we did a couple of dramatic readings type shows. One in January of 2019 or 2018, the other in October 2019, and they're both suitable for Halloween. They're both pretty, scary stuff. One of them is called Manhattan Hammerdown. It is our 10th anniversary Cloverfield tribute. What happened in New York that night, not just those people in the movie. And we also did our own version of War of the Worlds on the original telecast's 70th anniversary. And I urge you to come check those out because we, not just us, but a whole team of our friends worked hard. Cloverfield was in the works for over a year. And I really hope that you'll come check those out, and because they were a lot of fun to do, and I hope everybody likes it. And we're going to continue getting back into that once 2023 comes by. We had planned to do 2 or 3 of them a year, and we have never gotten off the ground because of the pandemic, but hopefully we will have that chance, and we hope that you will join it too. Keep an eye out for other new things going on here. just be here. And don't forget to check out the full website, thekirkhamreport.com, where you can find my entire chart library and a lot more. Oh, and I did get great news this week. Joel Whitburn, who passed away a couple months ago, his company, Record Research, is about to release their first book on the Gavin Report. For those of you who don't know what the Gavin Report is, Gavin Report was radio's Bible, Top 40 radio's Bible for years. It started as a tip sheet in the late 1950s or 60s and published through 2000. Basically, it's top 40 from a radio point of view. You can find back issues online if you look, even some of the mimeograph ones that they used to send out when they were first starting. I cannot wait to get my hands on this book. It'll be out in December, and already ordered. I had some trouble ordering it, but they were very helpful in getting it squared away, and cannot wait to add that to my information on my Daily Obscuria, which is every morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific Time, Monday through Friday. Can't believe I've been doing Obscuria for almost a year. We'll celebrate our first anniversary in early November with that, and I hope that you will continue to watch those and comment every time. Please don't forget to leave a comment, because your comments help me know what I'm doing, help give me ideas for what I can do, help me know how you're thinking about today's music industry, and a lot more. And we all got to stick together, we music lovers and vinyl lovers, because hey, they could be priced out of existence one day if the record store day list is any surprise. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon. I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report. Ciao, baby.